What's up, my lovely jack-o'-lanterns, and welcome back to Chapter 4 of Seers Isle. So, a lot went down last episode. Basically, we killed Eric. That was really the big revelation is Freya killed Eric with her bow and arrow because he was attacking Connor and Duncan, and things got extremely heated very fast. So, I mean, I think that was still inevitable. I mean, him dying, because even her, the woman right here, claims that Eric wouldn't even have gotten the Sacred Flame because he didn't deserve it or whatever. Which I agree, because he was an angry dick. But thank God, Eric is gone. He is behind us. No more Eric. I did not like him. But we found out a lot more about the Seers, that there's different types. There's like the Guardian Seers, there's the Sylvan Seers, there's the Elf Seers. And then the woman in the middle right here, we found out that her name is Rowan, and that she's somehow connected with Duncan, either as friends or guides or romantically or all three. I don't know. But I'm very, very excited to get into it. I love this art style. This tree right here reminds me of the BEGIN-Seers tree from Norse mythology. The art style is so pretty. Like all the different landscapes and stuff, it's awesome. So the chapter ended last time with us making camp and then kind of getting up in the morning and stuff, and everyone felt kind of like mellow, like kind of sad. So we have apparently some masks. The Seers wear masks, so we haven't actually seen a face of them, unless this woman is a Seer or an elf or something helping these guys. But yeah, these masks are pretty fucking cool. I like Freya's especially. They're kind of a mix of tribal but futuristic in a way, like steampunky. It's cool. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. This chapter 4, it's called Underworld. Ooh, let's do it. Oh yeah, we're still in the forest. I forgot. The slope gets steeper as they advance. The leafy underbrush of intermingled oaks, birch, and beech trees clears little by little. After a while, they realize that they are now surrounded by conifers. God, the music, dude. The soundtrack of this game is gorgeous. Just listen to it for a sec. It's really cool. The path itself hidden beneath a carpet of brown needles. They continue in silence. Freya's at the head of the line, at ease in this familiar environment. Yeah, because she's like a huntress, so she's probably used to hunting in forests and stuff. The standing stones which mark the route are smaller now, forcing her to stop at each to seek out the next one. Duncan comes at the back. He tries to put on a brave face, but the exchange of blows with Eric the day before has earned him his share of bruises and strains. Oh yeah, the fight. God, this is so pretty. Freya turns back regularly to be sure that the rest of the group is not falling behind. Wow. Connor's just chilling. When the sun is almost at its zenith, they arrive on a natural plateau. Freya stops to admire the landscape. Here the view is less obscured, but the forest seems to stretch endlessly in every direction. So we're already in chapter 4, and we actually haven't even seen any trials yet, so I'm really curious like when we're gonna encounter those. Listening carefully, she can hear the crystalline tinkling of a mountain stream. The others have caught up. Oh yeah, they're low on rations. At the end of chapter 3, when they were camping at night, they were low on rations, so Freya may need a hunt. Connor sits and stretches his legs. All right. It's a bit lacking in paved roads, and some taverns wouldn't go amiss, but at least we're seeing the world. One more push, just a bit further, and I think there's a water source. Duncan points. Like I said, I think the trials are more like what happens in conflicts between them and how they solve them. Because obviously Rowan helped Freya kill Eric. That way? Yes, why? If I stop now, I'm not sure I'll be able to get going again. I'll go in front of you if you want to stop for a few minutes to catch your breath. Connor gets up. Duncan doesn't look beat up. Duncan's right. If I sit down too long, I'm going to doze off. They continue their walk, reinvigorated by the sound of running water. Wow. That's so pretty. Freya guides them, and after crossing a boulder field, they discover a shallow stream. There's a waterfall further upstream. There must be a natural pool carved out under the fall. It'll be ideal for us to freshen up and fill our flasks. Arlyn looks at the stream with interest. It looks like there's some fish. She's a fisherwoman. I'm more used to sea fishing with a net, but I could try to catch us a meal. I've got hooks and line in my bag. Good idea. I'll go hunt while you do that. There's a good chance I could raise a hare or partridge, maybe even a deer. I don't know about the deer. It seems like the deer is sacred in this place. Duncan lowers his head unhappily. He'd like to be useful, but his wounds are troubling him. Duncan stays with Connor. Duncan goes to hunt. Don't get involved. Huh. I mean, his wounds may be hurting him, but Connor can stay with Arlyn. I want to see them hunting. I want to see what animal they get. So let's go. Duncan goes hunt. Can I go with you, Frey? Duncan stops. Freya stares in disbelief written all over her face. No, forget what I just said. Duncan looks in my direction, and for a moment I sense that he sees me. Whoa, what the hell? See, they know each other. Something's going on between them. I'll only slow you down. If you want to make yourself useful, you can build a fire. That way we can cook or catch as soon as we get back. Jesus, I can't even read English. English, everybody, my first language. Yes, you should save your strength for the walk. So even if I wanted to go hunt, it doesn't matter. I have to still stay. Duncan nods. You're fucking right. Be careful and don't get too far away. Oh, don't worry myself. I'm just going downriver a bit to find a calm spot. Connor and Duncan pick up their belongings and head towards the waterfall. Aww. It's cute. Freya goes to the stream and crouches to fill her flask. Arlyn does the same, smiles at her, then sets off, studying the river as she walks downstream. Ooh, are we going to get to hunt and go fish at the same time? I'm so excited. She sees plenty of fish gliding below the surface, probably trout or salmon, but the current is too strong for her to let down her line. And she needs to find a branch to make a rod. You guys brought like no fucking supplies to this island. I mean, I guess it got lost a lot on the boat, but still. But with the conifers which border the shores of the stream, that may be more difficult than she had thought. She would have liked to have found reeds, but they don't seem to grow so far inland. Ah, music. Oh, it puts me at ease. Arlyn is considering this quandary when she hears the cry of a cormorant above her head. What? A cormorant so far inland? She shades her eyes with her hand and searches for the bird. Why is she on the beach now? For an instant, she's dazzled by the light. The sound of waves come to her ears before her eyes have adjusted. The forest is giving way to thick fog. What? Under her feet, sand, and her nostrils, the salty smell of the sea. Oh, that's what those are. It's like a seagull. On her left, she can make out the rocky Praetormia, which juts out to sea. She knows this cove. If she goes up the little path to the east, she will come across a small house that shelters her family. Is she having like a vision? A shiver goes through her. The weather is certainly not that of springtime she had left a few moments earlier. Arlyn follows the path up the cliffside and comes to a barren heath sprinkled with heather. Is this her home? A little further towards the sea, she can make out the shape of the house. Aw, it looks peaceful. As she gets closer, she notices that a sluggish smoke escapes the chimney. The house is dilapidated, almost in ruins. Even if it has ever been in a perfect condition, it has always been somehow more or less habitable. As she crosses the threshold, the single small room is plunged into gloom. None of her many brothers and sisters are there to brighten the home with laugh or squabble. Aww. That's cute. The silence is complete. Ooh, that's creepy. So there's gotta be, Rowan's gotta be doing this. She's gotta be making them have these visions for some reason. Because technically Connor had one, Duncan had one, and now Arlyn is having one. Her eyes adjust in the darkness. Arlyn distinguishes a presence. A man sits on the bed, holding his head in his hands. What? He's bent forward. Stringy hair covers his face. Oh, it's her father. Jesus. Pa? The man raises his head and looks at Arlyn with a dullness tinged with anger. Arlyn, they told me in the village that they wouldn't come back. And yet here I am. Where are the children? What? They told me in the village that you wouldn't come back. Is this their father? Where are the children? Where are the children? A rictus of pain crosses Vanique's face. I know that it hasn't been easy for you. Since Gwynfar's sickness. The man lets out a long sigh. He rarely speaks of Arlyn's mother. Her loss has been so painful for him. What has happened? Tell me. When you didn't return with the boat, the guild of fishers, they separated your brothers and sisters. They sent them on the boats so that they would earn their room on board. Arlyn is suddenly seized by an unutterable terror. Wait, what? But they're too strong. But they're too young to walk on the boats. They promised me they would take care of them no matter what the outcome of the trials. How would you have believed them? I know you held her old indeed dear, but did you really believe that you could take her place? And anyway, you never had any talent for being a healer. What a jerk. A fucking father telling her daughter she has no talent to be a healer or a shaman. What did you want me to do? Enid always protected us. It didn't matter to her that we were the children of an outsider. Ooh, shit. Arlyn pauses, reluctant to continue, then adds in a low voice. She did much more of a family than you ever did. So it seems like... Okay, so it seems like there's like a lot of family conflict with her at her house. So it seems like in her tribe, they seem kind of like outsiders, like they're different from a lot of the other people in her village. And so she's bullied and judged for that, and so is her family. But so she went off to the trials to try to help her family to become a shaman. Her mother passed away, obviously, because I can tell. Enid was, I think, is her mother's name. And then her father, Vanique, apparently just kind of, after the mother died, just kind of gave up on a lot of things, of like taking care of the family properly and stuff. And he basically just sent the kids away to work on fishing boats so they can earn money to help live, I guess, while she's gone, because, damn, that's tough. How can you say that? It's not my fault that we fell in love, Guinevere and I. Guinevere, sorry. It's not my fault that the villagers never accepted me. Possibly. Maybe, kind of is. Oh, the wife's name is not Enid. Enid is the shaman that put a curse on their village. Oh, no. Wait, no. Is Enid the shaman? No. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Enid is their mother, or Guinevere? I think maybe a two lovers? I don't know. It's not my fault that those idiots rejected her when we announced our union. Of course, if she had married old Howson, it would have been easier for everyone. But we can't change the past. And you could have waited. I'd go back just after you left. Look! The man gestures at the table on the other side of the room at the back of his hand. A meager purse is on the table, a few miserable copper and silver coins spilling from it. Arlyn gets angry. Arlyn pities Vanique. What? Arlyn is angry. Arlyn is furious. She seizes the tiny leather bag and throws it in her father's face. Oh, shit. Do you really believe that these few coins would have changed anything? She's not wrong. She does have a right to kind of be mad at him because he basically just kind of gave up on everything while she was gone, and then also told her you'd never be a healer when she's putting her life at risk. Like, what a dick. And he expects those few monies to, like, be better than her? Like, what the fuck? Since mother died, you were never here. And if you came back just after I left, why didn't you stay and take care of our children? Of your children? Oh, she's tearing up. Is your family as unbearable to you as that? But no, Arlyn, that's not... Of course, it's easier to tour the country you're sitting slung on your back rather than face real problems. Oh my God. So basically, after her mother died, her father basically kind of left them. She left her as the oldest to take care of the kids. And so she went and did this to help her brothers and sisters and help her family. But he just kind of was never there for them because I guess just the pain of his mother was too painful. I mean, in a way, I guess I get why he's doing that, because he was using that as a method of numbing the feelings that his wife passed. But you still can't abandon your family like that. I mean, dude, you got like 8 kids. It's pretty shitty on his part. But I don't have a choice. Oh, that's bullshit. Miss Strilling is the only job I know. I can't turn myself into a fisher, a carpenter, or I don't know what. Doesn't seem that hard to be a fisherman, dude. I bring all the money I've earned every time I come back. All I know is not wealth and luxury. Wealth and luxury. The children were starving. So I accepted when they offered me a way of making sure that my brothers and sisters can live free from want. And then burst into sobs. Oh crap. Arlyn feels bad for him. Since illness carried off her mother, he has become a shadow of his former self. He repeats, I'm sorry, holding his head in his hands. She decides to leave him there. Damn, that's dark. So she obviously we can see she has a lot of resentment towards her father. I mean, it's a double-edged sword because he is trying in a way, but that's the only way he knows is trying is working. But also, he's not giving enough effort in being there for his family, and so he's throwing him to the side. And it's not right of him to leave her. It's kind of like there's that psychological thing where parents expect the child to parent them and the other siblings at an age that they're really not supposed to. So it's kind of that situation. Jesus, man. That's tough. If the Seers think they will break her by showing her this, they're wrong. Arlyn softly leaves the little house closes the door, and returns back down the cliffside path with a single glance behind her. The path to the village is deserted. It always is after the storm season, which marks the end of winter and the return of spring. Oh wow, this is the village? This is really cool looking. Night is almost fallen when she reaches the main street. So, I can't believe we've lost 2 people already, man. Jennifer, Eric, and kind of Brandon. So really 3. There's only 4 of us left. The sea air blows an icy salt wind, which has dispersed the fog and brought a fine drizzle. She crosses the marketplace towards the only 2-story house, which dwarfs the crooked hovels that surrounded it. She taps at the door, then getting no answer, knocks harder. A sickly-looking middle-aged man finally answers. What the hell? Is this the person that sent her to the trials? So it seems like they kind of lied to her. She was like, hey, if you go through the sacred flame, you know, your family could live free and be fine or whatever, but that wasn't always the case. What are these noises? They're creepy as shit. Who dares disturb me at this time? With his eyes fall on Arlyn, the irritation and the consternation give way to a toothy grin. His gold tooth gleams in the light of the blaze burning in the light chimney. Arlyn? Oh, whoa, that's her last name? His name's Hal. Oh, that's the person she said earlier. Vanigdottir? Arlyn Vanigdottir. What a nice surprise. We didn't expect to see you again. Oh shit, there's more people. Dude, this is creepy. Arlyn tries to flinch and holds the intimidating gaze of the old fisherman. Oh, is he the one that sent her siblings to work at a young age? On the boats? So it seems like either Rowan is making us see these visions, or the Seers are making us see these terrible visions and making us try to give up so we don't get the sacred flame. Maybe these are the trials. Behind her, a curious crowd has gathered. Maybe these are the trials, these visions that they're having. I don't know. Or it's a combination of them dealing with each other's conflicts amongst the group and the visions. With a distracted ear, she hears the half-whispered remarks of the villagers. She ignores them. Here she's always been the outsider daughter, the one who is pointed at, carefully avoided. Nowadays she looks angry. Where are my brothers and sisters? For her first time, the old man looks away. Behind her, 2 red-headed muscled giants jostle through the crowd. Cormac, he looks like Eric, but just like beefier and with a beard. Is that a problem, Master Hal? Do you want us to escort this jester's daughter out of the village? What a dick.
No, let her say what she has to say.
Hal turns his attention to Arlyn.
Arlyn is on one of the boats. She left for the high sea last week. She'll be back for Bethane. Conway took one of your brothers, the one with the ugly scar on his forehead. I regret to tell you that he was carried off by a groundswell a little far after Imblock. The sea kept him.
Oh shit, what? Arlyn feels something break in her chest. Did her brother pass away? Did her brother drown? I'm assuming these places, they're Iplok and like Bethane, are like places. And the others? Hal fixes the young woman with a piercing stare as if you were bargaining for a basket of salmon.
We had a deal. You were supposed to replace old Enid. The village is still without a healer when the winter came.
Oh, yeah, so they're wanting her to become a shaman to replace the shaman that passed away. The Enid. So Enid passed away. And then Gwen Lafar was her mother that passed. Arlyn has the urge to retch.
We didn't only lose your brothers and sisters. Alfred's son died too. Excuse me, but Alfred's son was a newborn. Sophia was weaned over 3 years ago, and she was the youngest of my sisters. You only have yourself to blame. If you had returned before Mabon, as is the custom, you probably could have healed your family.
Ellen spits in his face. Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck this dude. Did all her family die? The henchman seizes her, each one taking her by an arm. Take action, stay back. Fuck no, take action. I have to act. Oh shit, there's the woman. There's Rowan. Or maybe the seers make them have these visions to make them quit the trials, but Rowan comes in and helps them get through them. Just like Duncan and Connor. What? Arlyn looks at me. She sees me. I take a step forward, but she stops me immediately. There's a light of understanding in her face. She's probably realizing where she is and what is happening. Oh my god. Dude, fuck that. Fuck Hal. Kill him, man. Fuck him telling her that it's her fault that her brother and sisters died. He's the one who took them away. No! Let me do it. This is my trial. Oh. A great silence falls in the village. Wait, maybe I'm right. Maybe maybe these are the trials. Maybe the seers make them see these visions, and these are the trials of their own that they have to get through. Shit, I gotta start thinking about the decisions. I mean, I want to take action, but maybe taking action shows that you're strong because the hand came up. Dude. Then the murmur goes through the crowd gathered in the master's forecourt. Suddenly, someone cries, "Witch!" Another voice takes up, "Burn her! She speaks to the dead!" Old Hal tries to speak out, clearing his throat and waving his hands to quiet them, but to no effect. Oh, shit. The crowd is hysterical. That's creepy. Someone shouts, "She's not a healer. She has succumbed to necromancy." The master's two lackeys try to protect Arlyn as best they can, but the villagers have transformed into savage beasts. A woman grabs her by the collar. A man pulls the other way on her leather surcoat. Whoa. The cord finally gives, knocking Arlyn's breath out of her. But she is not afraid. On the contrary, so much hate and stupidity only stoked her anger. She lets out a cry and pushes her aggressors with all her force. There is a crash in the master's house and flames swallow up the old man, spreading rapidly across the oaken floor and then upstairs. Oh shit! She killed him! A charred, blistered Hal crawls out of the house in front of the aghast villagers. A last rattle comes from his throat before he collapses face down in the mud. Can she wield fire? Maybe the spirit guide is making them find their inner powers, like as shamans. So maybe her power, her healing power is fire. Whoa. Chaos prevails. Fishers and washwomen scramble haphazardly. Someone has fallen to their knees, clutching their head in their hands. The thatched roof of the neighboring house is consumed by great flames. To the other side, thick smoke vomits out of the door and windows of a weaver's house. Arlyn turns towards me. Come, it's time to return to the island. Suddenly we were in a cavern. There was a sulfurous odor and a sharp, clean air in the cave. God, she's got blood on her. Arlyn's eyes do not leave me.
You can see me? Yes, you've been following us since the beach, right?
So, Duncan knows now. Arlyn knows now. Connor knows now. So all that's left really is Freya. Right? Freya to have a vision of her own. I mean, I guess Connor technically didn't have a vision yet. Maybe? I don't know, man. Dude, this is crazy. So it seems like what happens is we go through these areas, we have some conflicts with each other in person, and then we have something happen that triggers something, like Duncan with the fight. And then it triggers him in the snow with Rowan. Then we have her going to fish for food, and then she's transported back to her fisher village, and she meets Rowan. And it looks like that these visions are the trials that they go through. And this is a test that the seers are showing them to see if they're worthy of the sacred flame. And then Rowan comes in possibly to help or guide them as a spirit guide, possibly, throughout the trial, if things go awry. Maybe? I don't know. Possibly? I mean, it seems like that's what's happening. And then they eventually notice that her presence is there and see her after the trial is over. Interesting. Dude, what? So cool. I nod my head. Arlyn looks grim.
Freya, Duncan, Connor, are they in danger too?
I realize that the others must also be going through their trials.
Yes, I have to help them. I'm coming with you. No, you'll be no help to them. Wait for me on the other side, at the way out of the cave.
I turn on my heels and run towards the entrance of the cave. Whoa. Dude, look at that. She's transforming into a spirit. I hope that it's not too late for the others. As I get closer to the way out, I feel my tether to the world of men slipping away from me again. Oh, so that's why she's invisible and she's not. Because when she's invisible, they can't see her. But when she's in human form, they can see her. So I was right. These visions are trials that they're going through. So they're not physical trials like they're going through, like fighting or crossing big chasms or anything, or like, doing certain tasks in the forest. They have their own visions of past lives that they have to get through and overcome. That's a really cool concept. As I race between the pines, I know that I am once more invisible. I stride through the forest hoping to find a trace of Freya without success. Her fate is already sealed. Oh no. I have to return to the camp. If I delay too long, I'll be too late for Duncan and Connor. Wait, what? Is Freya gone? Oh shit. Oh shit. Sexy, man. I cross the woods as fast as I can. When I reach the waterfall, I'm relieved to find Duncan and Connor. Yeah, he's like stripping and he's looking all sexy, and then Connor's like, I won't look. Connor is starting the campfire with a stick and looking distracted while Duncan is getting dressed. So he took like a bath or something. They must have washed in the pool at the foot of the waterfall while I was away.
Wait, is Freya gone?
A sense of worry hovers around them.
I sense something, brother.
Duncan scrutinizes the forest, probably hoping for a sign of Arlyn or Freya. Connor turns to him.
Still nothing.
No. It's been a long time. I'm going to go back and look after him. Do you really think it's a good idea to split up? I want to warn them. I try to penetrate Duncan's mind and Connor's without success. Oh no. Duncan lowers his eyes. I can't stay here doing nothing.
In that case, let me come with you.
No, one of us should wait here in case. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Connor gives a small wry smile, as if he knows what is coming. Duncan hurries off between the trees. I decide to follow him rather than stay with Connor. My connection with Duncan is too strong for me to ignore. So she seems more connected to Duncan than Connor and Freya, it seems.
So is Freya gone?
Like, is that because she said her fate is sealed already?
Did I make a decision? Could I have saved Freya? What? Is she gone? No. We're only in chapter 4 and we're losing so many people. I really liked Freya.
A mist has risen and seems to be thickening as he hastens between the trees. Duncan hesitates. If he wanders too deep into the forest in search of Freya, he may not find his way back to camp. He knows that he has neither her sense of direction nor her talent for tracking. On the other hand, he thinks to himself that Arlyn is only theoretically to follow the river to find her way back to camp. So he's going to look for Freya? Yeah. He decides to continue following as well as he can the marks left by Freya. Yeah, he's going to look for Freya. So Arlyn seems okay. Connor is okay, I guess. But Freya's gone? The trail rapidly becomes erratic. The footprints in the soft soil give contradictory directions before disappearing completely. He's about to turn back when he reaches a path that seems strangely familiar. How can this be? He moves forward, his heart thumping, then flagging at a slower pace. The sun is hidden. The rays of light is no longer piercing the branches which obscure a slate sky. Oh, it's snowy. Dude, that's trippy. So it went from springtime forest and beautiful oaks and grass and waterfalls to a desolate, snowy terrain. So this must be what it's like in his home, like it's always kind of cold and snowy. As he approaches the edge, the forest was thinned, the pines and spruce replaced by beeches and hornbeams of his home. A fine layer of snow covers the ground. An icy cold seizes Duncan, piercing him to the bone. Oh, there's the castle he was talking about. Who's this? Far away at the forest edge, just before the incline, which leads to the castle, a hooded silhouette faces him. Dude, shit is going down. The long walking stick that he holds in his left hand, crooked and deformed by its many knots, is instantly recognizable. Is that his shaman? So, it seems like Duncan's place is always kind of cold. It's got snow. It's winter all the time. I remember he would be teased and stuff by his brothers in the castle. So I'm assuming that's the castle or fort he lives in. Arlyn lives in that village we saw. Connor is that city. So I'm assuming we hopefully get to see a vision of Connor's as well. But I think Freya's gone. Oh my god. So we went through Arlyn's trial. Is this is this Duncan's trial now? So we saw a glimpse of his trial in episode 3, but now it's his actual trial. However, there is something strange and different about the old man's posture. Uncle Leith? Oh, it's his uncle. That's who he was talking about before. His cheeks are hollowed by hunger and his eyes are feverish. Oh shit. So it seems like the Seers create these replicas of their home, but it's like more disastrous and creepy. This is not the laughing, reassuring, confident Burley despite his vulnerable age that he had left eyes on a few days earlier to come to the island. He regards Duncan with haggard eyes.
Duncan, you come too late, much too late. Your father waited for you until Lugensider. Then he lost patience.
What happened?
There were skirmishes with the clan of the Deer during the summer. They surprised me. I was gathering herbs. They took me hostage. It lasted a long time.
Leith grimaces with pain. The specter of death could be glimpsed in his eyes.
And then your father, with no one to hold him back, his demons.
Leith is quiet. The two men know that there is no need to say more.
If you hadn't failed. But he hadn't failed.
This is the Seer's magic. Don't fall for it, Duncan. They're trying to make you feel bad so you'll quit and give up to the sacred flame. So his father passed away. So the deer? Did the Seers fight them? I haven't failed. I'm sorry. I haven't. No, I haven't failed. But I haven't failed. All of that hasn't happened. I've passed all the tests. I'm on the way to the summit.
Not failed. Not failed, truly. 6 moons have passed since you left. Look around you. Winter has returned.
That's not true. That's not true. Duncan said he only left a few days ago. The Seers are trying to trick him. Don't fall for it, Duncan. No, that hasn't happened yet. I'm going to succeed, and I'll be there to help the clan if this disaster does happen. Lythe looks at Duncan with haunted eyes, as if he didn't understand what he said. What exactly happened, Uncle Lythe? Oh shit.
There was a council of the clans at Lithia. Your father demanded a reckoning of old Harold, the chief of the Deer clan, for the farm that was pillaged in the spring.
Oh, so like he had. So it seems like Duncan's like a warrior, just like Eric. Eric and Duncan are both fighters. So it seems like his father's clan fought a clan called the Deer because they sacked a village of theirs or something. So it seems like they live in kingdoms, not villages.
I warned him not to attack him head on. Harold would deny the facts. All the more because we had no proof to lay blame.
But if you if you saw that he pillaged a village of yours, you have a right to attack.
Things got too heated.
But that happens in every council, and still the clans always manage to come to an agreement.
Not this time. The lake clans rallied around Harold. It was skillfully set to trap. Oh. Your father, in a burst of rage, buried his axe in old Harold's skull. Oh shit. His son, a young mad dog, thinks only of avenging him.
Oh shit, he killed the dude. The leader of the Deer clan. I should have been there. I could have done something.
I don't believe you could have done anything. There were scuffles all summer. Your brother Olaf was wounded in an attack while he was hunting near the lake. They took me when I went to find herbs to save him.
So it seems like Duncan has an inner turmoil within himself that he feels helpless, like useless a lot of the time. He just has to have confidence in himself, man. You gotta have confidence in yourself, Duncan. Oh, he's got blood.
In all the fall, the fighting intensified. Your father attacked the fort of the Deer clan and took it. But as usual, he didn't consider the price he'd have to pay. The harvests, which were already poor, as the stars had predicted, were destroyed by the clashes. There were famine. Our clan was starving. Sickness carried off your elder brother Gunnar last month.
Oh shit. So Arlyn lost her brothers and sisters, and now Duncan?
Your father's favorite, Bjornsson, was killed during the siege.
Is it Bjorn Ironside from Vikings? It reminds me of like it's taken specialty from Norse mythology. It reminds me of like Viking stuff.
You were the only one left. You were the last heir.
Oh shit! Both of his brothers died, and then Arlyn's brothers and sisters are dead. What the fuck? I'm so sorry, Arlyn and Duncan. That's so sad. It's not my fault. I should have been there. Dude, that's tough. It seems like Duncan has a turmoil of feeling like he's responsible for a lot of things that take place, like Eric's death. Even though he knew he was going to be attacked and it was inevitable and he was possibly going to die by Eric, he was saved by Freya, but he felt responsible still for the death of Eric. Right here, his brothers have passed and his father died. His uncle is blaming him for not being there because of the sacred flame that he's failed, but that is not necessarily true because it's impossible that winter has transformed in the last few days, that he's been gone. So he needs to stop blaming himself. He needs to say it's not my fault. Because that's a problem that I found Duncan having is he blamed himself for everything. And this is just not his fault. His uncle, this is just a cruel trick by the Seers. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. Lee looks at Duncan with skepticism. He wasn't even, how could he control his father attacking that? He's not there. The Seers of the island. Time is stretched. They use their magic to torment me. Yep, there you go, Duncan. You're catching on to it. Light doesn't seem to understand what Duncan has said. Yep, because the Seers are creating this illusion.
In any case, I don't think you could have done much to avoid the disaster.
Light looks weary. As if in full force of the weight the years had hit him. His voice is receding, becoming remote.
Go, your father is waiting for you.
Light's image disintegrates into wisps of blue, which rises skywards before Duncan can answer. Oh, we're gonna go to the castle. Duncan follows a path which winds down towards the castle. This is awesome. We're getting a lot of really good backstory from the characters. The snow has begun to fall in great feathery flakes. He is chilled to the bone by the cold. Far away he hears howling of wolves. Oh, the music. Wait, oh, his father's still alive, but his brothers are dead. He crosses the war-raged village. Oh God, is that a horse? Not a living soul. Most of the cottages have been ravaged by flames. Yeah, this is just a cruel illusion, dude. They're trying to trick you, man. The Seers are trying to trick you. Shake out of it. In a courtyard, the cadaver of a scrawny horse has been abandoned and rots beneath a porch. The song of the wolves is closer now. In the castle ruins, what remains of the great hall is plunged in gloom. That's creepy. Disorder rules. The great hearth is extinguished despite the glacial cold. A hoarse shout sounds through the room. Duncan squints. There is someone slumped to the master's place on the platform which holds the table of honor at the end of the room. Father? The huge man rises, comes around the table and approaches Duncan. Yep, it's his axe. I recognize it. The man doesn't seem to recognize Duncan. His vacant eyes are stripped of emotion. He grasps the axe. Oh, fuck. Draw a weapon 2, try to reason with him. It's the father. Try to reason with him. Father, it's me, Duncan. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? He approaches Duncan under the dismayed gaze of his son. He lifts his axe. Is he like got amnesia? Whoa, that fucking dodge though. Duncan is badass. Oh, look, it's the wolf. The song of the wolf. And strikes with all his strength. Duncan barely has time to dodge and falls to the ground. The man gives a hollow laugh, his crazed eyes staring vacantly. Then he advances relentless, the iron of his axe glowing in the dim room. Duncan gets up reluctantly and draws his sword. The wolves have entered the room and have formed a circle around the two combatants. Whoa. Duncan knows that if he wants to survive this trial, he has no choice. It can only end with the death of one of the fighters. Oh, fuck. He knows that his father is stronger, tougher, and more experienced in handling weapons. The longer the confrontation lasts, the more the balance will fall against the younger man. He has to make a decision. Oh, attack, surrender. But if he surrenders, he'll lose the trial, and then he'll kill... His father will kill him, and then that's it. And then Duncan's gone out of the story. Dude, that's a tough decision to have to attack your father like that. But it's the only way. It's just like Eric. He's at a crossroads, just like Eric. It's inevitable. Attack. Duncan takes a deep breath and throws himself as the adversary, slashing to break through his guard. He will not be the target of the taunts and scorn of his family again. Wow. Oh, is that his brothers and his father? Wow, it seems like his brothers kind of bully him a little bit. All he wanted to do was to honor them, his father, his brothers, his clan. All that he wanted was to let them find his place. As a child, he passed his time in his uncle's library, seeking a moment of respite, far from the unbearable expectations of his father. As he recalls the flames that consumed his favorite book, he finds an unsuspected strength. Whoa, so his father wanted him to be a warrior, and he didn't really want to do that, but all he wanted to do was be himself and be accepted into the clan and his family. And his father has that expectation of like, no, you must be this way. Caught him in the library studying stupid stuff pretty much to him and burned his book. Jesus Christ, that's awful. Oh, you hear the whispering? That's rough, man. Having to live up to that expectation of a father like that. I know that too well. That's tough, dude. Whoa. Look at his eyes. The howling of the wolves resounds in his ears like a war song, galvanizing him. Hell yeah, Duncan. Oh, there's a wolf on a shield. He launches himself at the man who is the only shadow of his father. Whoa, he's like transformed into the wolf. Look at his face. His hands are like claws. Is a wolf his spirit animal? His shield shatters under the force of the impact, but this doesn't abate the anger that fills him. Whoa. Dude, this is some powerful imagery. On the contrary, he's conscious of it only much later. He is strangely calm despite the blood that flows on his hands and down his chin. He did it. Good job, Duncan, man. You came over your fucking fear of your father, dude, and your family. That's a tough decision, dude. You don't, families always have these expectations of their kids that they have to fulfill. And that's not necessarily true. Be what you want to be, man. If you want to be a fucking astronaut, a writer, a fucking, work at McDonald's, if it makes you happy, go for it. Don't feel like you have to live up to someone's expectation just because they only see you in one light. Find your own light. When he looks around himself, the castle is gone. He's in a cavern, just like Arlyn. His eyes rest on me. He sees me. He knows me. Rowan? Whoa. There was a noise near the entry of the cave. One of the seers comes into the light. He moves towards them with a tread. A second step, then a third. I am terrified. Duncan tries to come between us. Hey, what do you want with us? Only listening to my instinct, I take advantage of the diversion and take to my heels. I bury myself in the depths of the earth between rock and root where shadows reign. When the silence and obscurity finally swallow me, the void changes to night. Whoa. Dude, that was intense. So we got some awesome backstory of Duncan and Arlyn. So Arlyn's basically, so we're understanding that the trials actually weren't these physical testaments that you have to go through. As a, physically on the Seers Isle, the island. But it's more these seers create these illusionary, dreamlike depictions of your life back at home and the struggles and conflicts that you feel and go through when you are actually at home, and intensify it to make it more miserable, to make you, to draw you back, draw you down, and then basically to try to make you fail. But if you succeed in the trial, you pass and you move on to the next one, I suppose. So you get closer to the summit to achieve the sacred flame, and you become more worthy, I think, in the seer's eyes, seeing that you're going through the trials and passing them, so they deem you more worthy than if someone who fails. And it seems like you only have one chance. Like, that's it. Like, you can't fail a trial and then you get a second chance. Like, if you fail, that's it. You die. Dunzo. That's crazy. So it seems like with Arlyn, her mother, I talked about it earlier, so I won't go into intense about it, but it seems like her mother passed away. Her father basically neglected his family and basically found solace in work, which was the only thing that numbed his feelings about his wife passing, and kind of forgot about his children and left Arlyn to take care of the family instead of him. And so I don't believe that all our brothers or sisters are dead, just like I don't believe that the clans attacked. Maybe that happened for Duncan and his brothers are dead, but I believe that that's just an illusion and to scare Duncan to fail the test, the trial. But Arlyn and Duncan both succeeded in their trials. I guess Connor hasn't had his trial yet. I think maybe hopefully in the next chapter Connor will have his trial. But then they meet up in this cave with Rowan, the Sylvan girl. And I think that's like a safe place or something. But then the seers showed up at the end and Duncan was like, hey, what do you want? And then it seems like Rowan took to the earth, which is her famous place. Like her solace place, I guess. I don't know. But damn, that ended on a huge cliffhanger. The seers are approaching Duncan. What's going to happen? God, I hope nothing bad happens to Duncan or Arlyn or Connor. But it is, we don't actually have a confirmation. We kind of did with Freya. But is Freya gone? Because Rowan said that her fate is sealed now. It's too late for Freya. That is not good, man. That is not good. So is Freya gone? Unless we see in the next chapter, I'm going to assume she's gone. So we've lost Brandon, Eric, Jennifer, and Freya. We've lost 4 people already. We've lost half the group. So technically Brandon was the first because he just decided not to do the trial. So Brandon's not going to come back. So Brandon is basically not even there. Jennifer disappeared with the Seers. Eric was killed. Freya is vanished. We don't know what happened to Freya. Possibly taken by the Seers. So now there's only 3 of them left, Arlyn, Duncan, and Connor, who seem to be the most worthy of the Sacred Flame. I hope we see Connor's vision next chapter, but damn, shit is kicking off. This is so good. I'm really enjoying it. God, it's such a good game. Really, like, that's so good. I'm not gonna give my final thoughts on the game and like the whole explanation of it until I finish the game itself. But man, that is awesome. That's awesome. I really like it. But it ended on a cliffhanger. I want to know what happens. I want to know what goes down with Duncan and Rowan and Connor and Arlyn and the Seers. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's about to happen. And I feel like the deer, because they talked about the deer clan, I feel like the deer is like a sacred animal to the Seers. So that's why they have those antlers. Well, I guess we'll find out in chapter 5. So thank you guys for watching so much. Please leave a like. It really helps my channel. Subscribe to become a JackOLantern. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.